One of the questions that I wouldn't say a question, but one of the work orders that I usually get is, and I haven't gotten this work order in a long time, but it's the one about they have a high power bill, and for some reason they think that maintenance can come and do something or check the AC to figure out why their AC, why the power bill is so high. First of all, a maintenance guy can't do anything about your high power bill. Nothing. Like, seriously, there's nothing that a maintenance man can do or tell you as a reason to why your power bill is high. Number one, because the maintenance guy doesn't live at your apartment. The management company doesn't live at your apartment. So we don't know exactly how your lifestyle is. You know, for all we know, you may have 10 computers, plugged up into one outlet. Which would be kind of, oxymoronic because it'll trip the breaker. But anyway, we don't know if you're doing laundry every 2 days, with an electric dryer. We don't know how long you keep your AC. You may keep your AC on 60 degrees. So there's nothing that a maintenance guy or anyone can tell you as to why your power bill is high. So if you're living on a property, that's one of the worst and most annoying work orders that you can put in is your power bill is high and you want maintenance to check it out, because the only thing that you're going to get is everything looks fine, everything seems to be running great, and we're not finding anything. We can't find anything. And it doesn't even matter what the power company tells you, because the power company will say, have maintenance check this and check that. I mean, we can check it, but there's really nothing we can do. All we can do is just say, hey, but one piece of advice that I can give you is when you're leaving your home or your apartment, set your thermostat to at least 78. Depending on, if you're on the top floor and you got direct sunlight coming into your apartment, and depending on how long it takes for your unit to cool off. But I would say at least set your thermostat on 78. If you're keeping it at 76 or something, 74, some people try to keep it down to 73 and 72 all day even when you're not there. That's going to drive the power bill up, especially the hotter it gets, because the hotter it gets, the longer it's going to take to cool down that apartment. I don't recommend shutting your AC completely off, because if you do that, then it's just going to take that much longer to try to cool down a heated apartment that hasn't had any type of cooling for that day. So it'll end up running all night. Try to limit the amount of lights that you got on in your apartment. That's another thing that I would say too. Turn off all the lights. Don't have the bathroom light on, the bedroom light, kitchen light, dining room all at the same time. Just try to keep all of that to a minimum, and that can help you save power during the summer months. And one important thing that a lot of people don't understand is that when the temperature starts to go up, your power company sometimes will charge you extra per kilowatt. So you may be using less or the same amount of power that you always use on a daily basis, but what may happen is that your power company will charge you more per kilowatt. And the reason why they do it, or the reason why they say that they do it, is because it takes more natural resources to provide energy to people who are going to be, running their ACs and stuff longer, driving up the power bill. So but basically, yeah, I would just say, when it comes to the power bill, It's I would kind of say it's really not worth putting in a work order for that. You know, you're really not going to get too many answers, except for what I just told you. Your maintenance guy will probably tell you the same thing, but just a little piece of advice for anybody that you know that are having these questions or these issues. And even for maintenance guys who maybe get this question all the time, who get these work orders and they don't know how to answer them. But you can basically just tell the tenant exactly what I just said, and that's basically all that we can tell anyone when it comes to the high power bill. So just remember, if you're a tenant, don't even worry about putting in a work order for a power bill. Just try to limit your power usage as much as possible, and check your statement too to compare your usage, your kilowatt. I think it's called the kilowatt per hour usage, or how much they charge you kilowatt per hour, something like that. I know here in Georgia it's around $1.50 or something, and sometimes they'll jack it up or they'll lower it. But I would say if you can, check and see how much they're charging you each month per kilowatt usage. All right.